More stories coming out about alleged sexual harassment allegations out of Hollywood. This time, it's Amazon suspending its chief of its studio, Roy Price. Again, new sexual harassment allegations against Price are coming out at the same time. One of Harvey Weinstein's main accusers, actress Rose McGowan, firing off a series of tweets at liberal billionaire Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, imploring him to, quote, stop funding rapists, saying, quote, I told the head of your studio that Harvey Weinstein raped me over and over. I said it. He said it hadn't been proved. I said I was the proof. When I heard a Weinstein bailout was in the works, I forcefully begged the studio chief to do the right thing. I was ignored. The deal was done. Amazon won a, quote, dirty Oscar. I am calling on you to stop funding rapists, alleged pedophiles, and sexual harassers. Amazon stock ending the day in the green, closing higher by 2 points. Joining me now, Patrice Lee Onwuka from the Independent Women's Forum. And look who's here, Eric Schiffer as well. Good to see you guys.
You too.
Good to see you, Liz.
Patrice, and I think Eric would agree. I mean, it's really interesting how Hollywood applauds how it shines a spotlight on everyone but itself. Patrice, McGowan claims Amazon spiked and got rid of a TV series it had optioned from her after she voiced concerns about Weinstein. What do you think of that?
I mean, if it's true, it's absolutely horrendous, but it underscores that this is not just Hollywood. The tech industry has also had its woes to deal with, beginning earlier this year with Susan Fowler, who is an engineer at Uber, who disclosed some of the challenges that they've had there. Certainly not to the level that we've seen with these this Weinstein scandal, but it's a reminder that this is going on in a lot of different industries, and unfortunately, it's going on. It's being untold. It takes courageous women to really come forward.
Yeah, as journalists too, Eric, it's hard with these stories. It's a he said, she said situation, right? I mean, you don't have the proof. I'm not sure there's factual proof, absent the audio with Harvey Weinstein and the Italian model. But Eric, here's the other line of, that we're looking into. This, the Washington Post, which is owned by Jeff Bezos, they reportedly assigned 20 reporters to dig into Trump. We don't know how many it has on the McGowan Amazon story or even the Weinstein story. We raise this issue with you, Eric, because NBC, and the media, they run stories about Trump based on anonymous sources. But NBC then declined to run Ronan Farrow's Weinstein expose, which had on-the-record accusers. What do you make of all this?
It's very interesting, I think. Well, look, I mean, with Amazon, Washington Post, I mean, Trump was running for president. So I think if Price was running for president, you probably would get 20 people. But there are selective choices that are happening. I've noticed it. Even I've done a lot of interviews over the last couple of days on this. And some of the different reporters have an interesting slant. And I think that there's certainly you get different publications that will have perspectives. A lot of people were friends with him. The other side of it is there's a lot of fear in Hollywood. You don't want to burn someone. Certainly that's the pervasive thought that could be providing your next job or helping you get a deal. It's a relationship business. That's Hollywood. It's all about relationships. So if you begin to burn people and certainly go after a guy like Weinstein who had immense power, then you're really hurting yourself. That's the perception.
I think that's why a lot of people... That is the Hollywood swamp. I mean, women have to give up pieces of their souls in order to get a job. I mean, then you have, Heather Graham and Rosanna Arquette and Mira Sorvino not getting work, right, Patrice?
Yeah,
it's
really...
tough.
It's hard especially when you're a young woman who's trying to make your way. You shouldn't have to trade your integrity just for a shot at your dreams.
Right. All right, we got to get to this soundbite. Jane Fonda telling CNN that she knew about Harvey Weinstein about a year ago. She regrets it, not saying anything. Watch.
I found out about Harvey about a year ago, and I'm ashamed that I didn't say anything right then.
Why didn't you? You're so bold.
I was not that bold. Because I guess it hadn't happened to me, and so I didn't feel it was my place.
What did you know?
One of the women who has spoken out, Rosanna Arquette, told me, and it came as a shock and a great disappointment.
Okay, we have 32 women with claims of sexual assault and harassment by Harvey Weinstein. Here's Jane Fonda on President Trump.
The predator-in-chief and his fake news... their tactic is to divide and conquer. We refuse to be controlled by a sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigot. I have an idea for a new business model for Trump.
What's that?
Adult diapers. They could be called Trumpers because to help with all the leaks.
Eric, come in on this. What's your reaction?
If you attack Trump in Hollywood, you get work. If you attack Weinstein or people like him, you lose work. Simple as that.
What do you think, Patrice, quickly?
Oh, I think that's despicable. And how ironic is it that she's co-founder of a women's media outlet here in D.C., and there's supposed to be a place that's a safe space, and she was someone who knew about these allegations and was hiding it. I just see there's so much hypocrisy there.
Well, good to see you both. We really appreciate it. We're going to have more after the break. Don't